lot of the times, what you'll see is if somebody fucks up, they're done. It's over. You know what I mean? Like that shit will escalate. Like I don't want to say too graphic, like seem too graphic, but there'll be cats that are preyed upon in a feminine way. You know what I mean?
What up, loved ones? What it do? It's Spotty Young right here. You know where I'm from. Thanks for tuning in. And if you're new to this channel right here, just hit the subscribe button real quick and give it a like if you think it's cool, if you think it's real. You know what I mean? Trip game, man. I'm over here kicking it with Big Cricks from EMF, and we're about to talk about CYA shot and whatever's clever. You know what I'm talking about? We're just kicking it right here, man. Just keeping it G. You know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So yeah, bro, introduce yourself and tell us about yourself.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it, man. My name's Javier, Incredible Javier, also known as Cricket from Monte Flores, and I have a channel, Incredible Javier. We talk about youth offenders, different trials and struggles that youth offenders went through. So I tell my own story. I tell different topics that I talk about the California Youth Authority and things related to that, and have different people on weekly that we interview that have been through either the California Youth Authority, Department of Juvenile Justice, or even you know, sent to prison as youth, and we just talk about their journeys and how it is after the fact. Because it's crazy, even though a lot of people keep going back, it seems as from and it's anecdotal evidence I know, because it seems from my experience interviewing these people, there's a lot of people who kind of learn after. You know what I mean? It may take a few years, it may take a few times, but they eventually figure out like, hey, I ain't trying to go back to jail. This shit kind of sucks. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what we do.
On the real, bro. Hey, like your show. I've been watching your show, man, and I like how you're breaking it down. How the mindset was when, as a youngster, as a minor, to compare to an adult right now, and especially the mentality that people go through while they were in CYA, because CYA is a whole different world from
Yes,
CDC,
sir.
and what a lot of the people they haven't been to CYA. Only certain individuals have been there, so only we can talk about it, and from your experience and my experience and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So so I heard you only got sentenced to 18 months in YA and somehow fucking ended up doing 4 years.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
happened,
yeah.
Yeah.
So as soon as I got there, like, I wanted to be active and shit. You know what I mean? But
Right, it's seven.
first month there, a green lighter hit the cottage. You know what I mean? And so that's a Mando, dog. Like everybody went to like in Nellis. I went to Fred C. Nellis, right?
That's right,
And
yeah.
Nellis, yeah, in Nellis, when there's school movement, like I didn't have a schedule yet, so I stood back. I was in the dorm, and I guess the green lighter that had got there had got into it one of the homies, and they were supposed to catch like a one-on-one fade, but I was like, nah, fuck that shit. Like this was a green lighter, you know what I mean? Like that shit ain't gonna happen. So as soon as they started chunking them, I jumped up, and me and a few other homies jumped up. We jumped them, and so that was my first experience, like with the first month, like of just really like, oh shit, like this motherfucker's just cracking. I go to lockup there. I actually spent my first Christmas in Dallas in lockup. No,
Ah,
that
okay.
wasn't even Christmas time. That was before. That was Halloween time. But I did end up going to lock up for Christmas for a group attack again. We ended up jumping a case for some stupid shit, like just this case, just doing dumb shit. You know what I mean? And that, a lot of the times that's what it was. Like I only had one enemy got really there, right? Um,
Yeah, yeah.
but because it's just like I was just doing stupid shit all the time, and when I first got there, I was in a predominantly like Crip run cottage. You know what I mean? So it's like
All right.
they had that shit, right? And it was Hayes Cottage, and I was just like I ain't going out like that. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna hold my own and shit. So I had a lot of fights there, and then the shot at a lot of people in the school area, like shooting at like disrespected their loved ones that had passed away, whether it be their homies or their family, like just to start conflict. You know what I mean? And my homies are pretty deep there, and they end up telling me like, "Hey, fool, you need to chill the fuck out. Like, you're gonna get all of us caught up." Because I ended up shooting at a lot of their boys and shit. So, but for me, I was young. I was 16 years old, so I didn't understand. I just thought like I'm having fun, like we're just banging. You know what I mean? Like I didn't see the future. All I seen is like, man, we rocking and rolling.
Damn. I feel you, bro, man. I can relate, man. But I think during my time, Nellis was already closed, 2004.
Yeah,
Was
2004
it?
closed. Yeah,
Oh, okay. I
yeah.
heard about it, bro. That shit was
Yeah.
bad.
Nellis was something else, dog. Like Nellis was major mind games. I was talking to the homie boy from Orchard, right? And he
Yeah.
was telling me that when he got there, because I don't know if you guys know about like the shooting game. If they had that, well, you know how it is. You know when you just like when they flip somebody's shit. You know what I mean? But over there,
Yeah.
Nellis, they use that shit as a game, where like not a game, but it's like I shot at you, and you just shoot at people like just on the strength. Sometimes it's just like
Yeah.
fuck it, like who's this fool? Ah, fuck him. I'm gonna shoot at that fool. When he sees me, he's gonna have to run up on me. So it's just
Yeah.
like fools
Yeah.
just do some shit
Yeah.
like for no reason. Like there's no reason to shoot at this motherfucker. Like he's not your enemy. Motherfucker could be from like Santa Barbara or San Jose or somewhere far. You know what I mean? And you from LA County, and you have no contact with them, but you're still gonna shoot at them just for either for an alliance you have with somebody else or just to just do it. You know what I mean? So fucking what happens though is if somebody shoots at you or somebody shot at you in Nellis, that's Mando. As soon as you see them, that's on sight, dog, because they disrespected your people. You know what I mean? Like they disrespected your loved ones. So you better get on them. A lot of times, what the homie was telling me, what they did with him, and this is what they would do this a lot, dog, is they would like when you first get there, they come up to you like, "Hey, check this shit out, homie. I shot at you, but we'll catch a blind. Don't even trip." And you'll be like, "Oh, all right, cool, yeah, yeah," but you don't know, right? Because you're brand new. And then that fool go around like, "Man, I shot at this fool. He didn't do shit." And then it's like, ah,
Okay.
shit,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
whose word are they gonna believe? This new cat that just rolled up, or a homie that
Yeah.
had been here, right? So
Yeah.
now, in order for him to clean that up, that's about 6, 7 fights that he has to do to clean that situation up. And if they have ramplas in there, which are like people who will catch their runbacks, then that shit could escalate quickly. And a lot of times that's what happens. It'll be like one small fucking incident will just blow up. And next
Yeah.
thing you
Yeah.
know, you have a motherfucker fighting like 10 to 12 fools over his beef with one person. And it's just, it's crazy. Like you had that shit going on. You had shit where motherfuckers get bagged up. And when people get bagged up right there, it's just like they want to test you out. So they'll basically go in your locker, snatch all your shit. And when you come back,
Damn.
yeah, when
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
come back, they gotta let that shit be known, right? So you can't just rob somebody and like hide that shit. So when somebody comes, you'll walk through, you'll be like, "Hey, check this shit out, fool. I bagged you up, homie." And it's like, damn, this was telling you to your face. He fucking robbed you. You know what I mean? So, and that's when you find out motherfuckers' true colors sometimes, because there's some fools that are like, "Oh, I'm just trying to do my time. I'm cool." And it's like, dog, you fucked up. You ain't, you're fucking up. Like, you better rush that motherfucker. And so you'll have fools that you'll see sometimes they'll start off a little shaky, not knowing what's going on, and later on they understand the ropes and they'll turn that shit around. You'll see that every once in a while, but a lot of the times what you'll see is if somebody fucks up, they're done. It's over. You know what I mean? Like that shit will escalate. Like I don't want to say too graphic, like seem too graphic, but there'll be cats that are preyed upon in a feminine way. You know what I mean? Like we'll just put it like that because I don't want to get your shit demonetized and shit. I know all these motherfuckers are strict with that shit. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm
Oh,
talking about.
me too. Lately I'm having a hard time getting because of the cuss words and stuff. But it's all good. I mean, we're talking about positive things anyway.
Yeah,
We're not
yeah, yeah.
promoting gang banging, but just to educate people. Because what was the mindset? I can relate to a lot of things you're saying. Because during my time, 2004, 2006, it's the same thing. Shooting and Mando and Ramplas, all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
It's still happening, bro. And it was just more weird because there's more people in there. In Nellis, was there a Norteño in Nellis?
Not when I was there. There were some in the mid '90s, but that shit was cracking too much, so they ended up shipping them out. So when I got there, it was just like Southsiders, and what we called ourselves Feed Marasa at the time. So Feed
Yeah, yeah.
Marasa and Respected Black.
Or
a lot of the Asians rode with respect to black. They were under that umbrella, and
yeah,
like it seemed like the woods at that time they really didn't have a thing going. The respected blacks were kind of on them. You know what I mean? So you had I see one peckerwood and one skinhead. They were down when I was there. But other than that, it was mainly Firme Raza and respected black.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
similar experience, bro. Yeah, man. Like your channel, it educates a lot of people, especially as far as the mindset in CYA and how the mentality from youth to adult. Uh, Kind of similar to American Cholo. I don't know if you heard of him.
oh yeah,
He
yeah, I was
was
on the
talking
show. Yeah,
about
yeah.
because a lot there's a lot of hate, bro. The Rasa on Rasa crime it ain't no joke, and that shit happens with us too. The Asian on Asian crime, you know.
Hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of hate going on, and there are a lot of people, a lot of the kids, they're confused, and they hate. They don't even know what was the hate about. Like, why
Yeah.
the fuck do I want to kill this guy? Because my big homie tell me to kill this. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
so it's a crazy mindset. Have you heard of Dubs also?
Oh yeah,
I,
yeah.
I
Yeah, I heard of
I
Dubs.
watched one of his story from CYA story, but this was a while back. I can't find it now, but uh, he was trying to explain the gladiator school from CYA and compared in comparison to CDC gladiator school, like in
Mm.
Corcoran and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, in so many few words, basically, he's trying to say that yeah, I mean, yeah, they did have the gladiator school in Corcoran, where the police are getting them cracking, but it wasn't like a everyday thing like in CYA. CYA was
Yeah.
an everyday gladiator school,
Yeah.
and in Corcoran, but that's about like once a week or once in 2 weeks. It wasn't as violent as it was. However, these are grown men, adult people with grown man strength and probably
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
knowledgeable now, right, and more experience.
Yeah.
And the other case in CDC, the police has all the power to drop you on the spot if they really want to,
Mhm.
Except in CYA, we just get shot by the paintball gun or
Yeah, or
something.
the fogger with that fogger. Yeah, and
Uh,
Nallis, what made it a little bit different than other institutions is Nallis at the time when I got there was crowded. So you had 70 dorms to a ward. I mean 70 wards to a dorm, right? So
yeah, yeah.
and the school area was packed, like crowded. So that's where it mainly kicked off. It kicked off in the like it would crack in the dorms too. Mainly in the day room because fool's just stupid shit, you know what I mean? But the main place where you'll see action, and I'm talking like back to back, is in the fucking school area. That shit would just
Oh,
crack, and
damn.
you'll hear like beep 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 beep, and fools would just be chunking them, boom 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 boom, and it would happen so much that fools would be able to catch blinds in the school area because the staff would be running one way, so homie be like, hey, roll over here, let's get down, ta 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 ta, you're getting down, and the staff are working on these other two fights, right? And what made Nellis unique was that lockup was always packed. So if you get down
Oh,
in the
damn.
if you get down in the school area, you're not going to lockup. If you get down in your dorm, you're not going to lockup. Lockup is for motherfuckers that are jumpy people and kicking it off. You know what I mean? So lockup was fucking crowded. So you had two lockups right there, Nixon and Taft. And those motherfuckers were rocking and rolling. So it's like if you get down with your enemiga, nothing's gonna happen. All you're gonna do is get a time ad in the school area. That's it, at the most. You mean sometimes you won't even get that because they had so much fucking write-ups coming in. A lot of the times you could just fucking appeal that shit and that shit would get dropped. Like I would appeal everything. I'd say every level B I got, I'm just appealing that motherfucker. And I'm not lying. Like maybe a good 20% of my write-ups got dropped because they went up to Sacramento and they never came back. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm just like fuck that shit. You sign this shit. If you
Oh,
sign like
damn.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
they would tell you sign this, right?
yeah,
Or sign right here if you want to appeal. But they'll like the thing is they don't really like school you on that shit. They're just like here, sign here. And then I asked one day, like, well, what's that right there? But that's if you want to appeal it, but you really have no chance. They're like, nah, I want to appeal it. And I appealed it and that shit never came back. That shit never getting dropped. So I started appealing everything after that. Like, fuck that shit. I'm gonna appeal this
oh,
shit.
hey, you were pretty good then, bro. Because what do you call this? Uh, they took my visit away for 60 days, and I think they're trying to give me more time for
Yeah.
a Yeska. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, yeah.
And then but I was running around. They were trying to chase me. I was running around, and I threw it away, and the homeboy got it. And
Yeah.
long story short, they didn't find nothing. There was no evidence. evidence, bro. They gave me the write up anyways. I tried to appeal it, but nobody wanted to help me, man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you appeal it. They'll take you to a when you go to when you go to that, it's not board. It's some weird shit where they have the fool read that shit to you, the level B, and it's at that point that's when you appeal it, and that's when it goes to the if you appeal his shit, it goes to the state. So it goes to Sacramento, and they have to deal with it. But there's so many fucking write ups that they can't do all of them. I believe it was like 60 days they had to make a decision on that shit, or something like that. So it would just a lot of times it would just get dropped. That shit wouldn't come back. I had a fucking I didn't AWOL, but three of my boys AWOL'd while I was getting down. So I was getting down with somebody, and these fools hopped the fence, and they try to say that I aided in their AWOL, and they tried to get me for that shit. And I fucking appealed that. Like, hell no, I didn't fucking do that shit. So when I fought that shit, they were like, hell yeah, you're guilty. Like, you did that shit, right? And I was like, fuck that shit. I'm appealing that shit. And that shit went to the state, and I beat that shit. That shit never came back.
damn, hell yeah. We need more people that's gonna study law and be more, so they can defend themselves also from all the nonsense and stuff. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know what's the trip was I had a an interview with the homie Bobby Yeye Jones from PJ Watt's Crip, and they actually made a movie about his part of his life and shit. It's inspired by him called it's called Imperial Dreams. A lot of people can see it on Netflix and shit. And
Tough, tough.
when he went to the joint, or he went to court, right? He was about to go to the
Yeah,
joint. They were trying to break him off, like major time, right?
yeah,
But
yeah.
the person that wrote the screenplay on him shared the screenplay with the judge, and basically said like, I got him under the guns. When he gets out, I'll take care of him. I'll look after him, make sure he doesn't reoffend again. And the judge took his words into consideration, and that fool ended up doing only 18 months with time served. You
Oh
know what I mean?
wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it's like the thing the message I got from that is it's way better to have people like
doctors.
that, like you said, people like that you have people that have a word, their word will hold value with the court system in case you ever get in trouble. Like I don't advocate anyone getting in trouble, but if you do, it's better to have allies like that, right? Because you can't tell like a older homie, hey, speak up to the judge on my behalf. The judge is gonna be like, both of you are criminals. I don't give a fuck what he says. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So if you have like doctors, lawyers, screenwriters, just people of that hold value in certain communities, like civilian communities, like they'll fucking that's an asset. You know, we need more people like that.
oh, for real, bro. What do you call this? Just a couple of days ago, have you heard of this new law that they're gonna try to implement on January? They're gonna reverse a lot of things. I think they're gonna try to take away the gang enhancement, all kinds of other stuff. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I heard that there's a lot of stuff that they're doing. They're even shutting down the old CYA, which is now DJJ. Yeah, so they're trying to because you could see like for years this shit hasn't been working. It's not deterring anybody from, you know what has worked is the fact that
Yeah,
people's income level has gone up. You know what I mean? When you see
yeah,
people's
yeah,
income go up, then you'll see crime start to go down because there's no need to commit crime. Like, come on, dog, if you grew up with money, like you can't tell me, youngster, like if you grew up with money, you'd be out there committing crimes. You know what I mean? There's a few
yeah,
people,
yeah,
but a lot of it has to do with desperation. A lot of it has to do with the fact that it's like, I got nothing to fucking lose. Ain't nobody looking out for me. I'm gonna take, you know what I mean? I'm gonna take what I need. So that desperation, turns to a life of crime. And if you don't have that desperation, you ain't gonna turn a crime. So what they're doing is they were trying to lock everybody up, and that shit really didn't do anything.
yeah. Hey, you're right, bro. Especially when people see all the corruptness and how the officials are stealing money from the peoples, it makes them think that if you guys are bullshit, you know what I mean? They would expect from us. We're just regular
Yeah, yeah,
people,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, hell yeah. You got these motherfucking politicians lining their pockets. You got the thing that really got me was the fact that you had like the CCPOA, California Correctional Peace Officers Association, which is their union. Like those motherfuckers control shit, dog, and they would fight for tougher crimes, not because they want safer streets, but because they want that motherfucking job security. You know what I mean? They want people like me and you to go back to jail. They want us to fucking like that's their money. They don't give a fuck what our lives are, what we leave behind. All they care about is they got somebody to fucking store. Like somebody once told me, and I heard this shit before. Somebody said, if you can't become a consumer, they'll make you a commodity. You know what I mean? And that's what they do to us, dog.
Yeah,
They
yeah, yeah,
ship us and secure us, right?
yeah, yeah. Man, you're on a whole nother level right now, bro. Yeah, I feel you though. But
Hell yeah.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's always good to shed some light, at least give people a different point of view and different perspective on how to look at things, man. Because
Yeah.
so they can avoid that tunnel vision, just that one thinking, and be open minded to everybody, man. Like what you're doing, bro. That's people don't understand all those a lot of those barrios that you got on your wall hit up. Well, they were killing each other, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
And but somehow if you become a real OG, not the frauds, but like the real one, you have this another mindset that hey, there's a bigger picture that people should know about because they got stuck with this little world that they
Mhm.
got and they think that the whole world is just that little world, but there's actually way more bigger than that, right?
Yeah. Hell yeah. And that's what I tell
Hell
people
yeah,
is
bro. Hey, you're doing it.
appreciate that, G. Yeah, like you got to be able to dream beyond your block. You know what I mean? And that's what's fucked up is we a lot of times we don't dream past what we see, right? Like I would never think about like jumping on a plane and going to New York or going to France or going to Germany. Like that shit never crossed my mind. But now that I'm older, that's something that maybe I might consider doing. You know what I mean? I could put myself in that position, but as a youngster, you don't think about that. And just to add on your wall thing, like yeah, like a lot of these cats that are on here, they were my personal enemigas. You know what I mean? But it's like it ain't
Oh
about that,
yeah,
dog.
yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean? It ain't about that. Ain't nobody whacked out
yeah,
on this wall. Like this is about peace. This is about unity. You know what I mean? I got
yeah.
homies of all. I got Hoover on the wall. Fucking Sanjo Grande. I got Black Dragons. You know what I mean? Like we got like just all kinds of different people on the wall because we representing peace and unity. Like you said, if you're an OG and you've been through that, why would you want that to continue for these youngsters? You don't want these youngsters to go to war. If you love your people, you want your people to succeed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, hey, you said it straight, dog. That's all there is to it, man. If you love your people, man. But if you don't, then tell them to fucking go to jail then. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah, yeah. It's like go to jail,
Straight
die.
up, bro.
Like fuck. It's like, but you
Straight
don't. I
up.
don't want that.
Yeah. Hey,
I
but that's only if you love your people. That's only if.
yeah, yeah, hell
Hell yeah,
yeah.
bro. Hey, salute, homie. Respect. I
I
feel you, bro.
appreciate that,
Hey,
G.
even
Hell yeah.
though we're like the 0.01% of the population, man. I mean, we're still gonna speak our truth, the best way we know how, and hopefully people will see a different light, a different perspective, also. So
Yeah, hell
thank
yeah.
you very much. Do you want to add on anything, before I let you go?
Yeah, yeah. I just want to
Um,
thank you for having me on, Doug. And you know, I've been following you for a while, and I really enjoy your content. You know, what I mean, I thought you had a unique and fresh take. And one thing that I tripped out on, where I was like, damn, I wish I would have done that. And that's some slick ass shit. Is the way you do that. I did time with, and then it's like the woods, the Sureños and Norteños, and like you break down your experience with them. I was like, that is a clean ass fucking topic. It's like it shows your originality. You know what I mean? And I'm like, man, much love to the homie because that's some fucking dope ass shit. And I appreciate you having me on, dog. Like you have a fresh perspective and you're all about growth too, and I really appreciate that, dog. Like we keep it solid and we keep it 100.
oh shit! Thank you, bro. Hey, I send my utmost regards to your homeboy Joker, man. He knows what's up. He was in Calipad.
Much love, G. Appreciate it, dog.
Hey, gracias, homie. Anywho, I'm about to cut this short right now, so say what you mean and mean what you say, because real recognize real, homeboy. Out of here.
Peace.